Here's the disclaimer. This is for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice. Cryptocurrencies are risky. Do your due diligence and invest at your own risk. You can lose money. What's up, everyone? My name is J. Tragic Jeffrey. Welcome to Crypto Plunder, where there will be no champagne sipping. Crypto pumping. I can only give you the real. In the crypto world, today is February 5th, 2018. So we're going to talk about the markets. But I want to bring up something I said last week. Basically, you could have 1 week in this January be up, and then for the most part, the rest of January can be down. That's why at the beginning of this month, the beginning of January, I said we're looking at January pretty much being weak most of all of January. Now, why is it down so much? As I've said, as more investors have gotten in, the size of the dips have been larger. Well, we also have futures market pushing down Bitcoin price. We have it could be that. It could be fear. A bunch of people who do not understand this and are running. If you understood it, you weren't buying up here anyway. I told everybody in November and December, I'm not looking to buy right now. Look at the last time I bought. I've earned. So, roundabout way, things I was talking about, I said January was going to be weak. I've said the potential of February, the first week of February, being weak. And then if we go and look, what do we see? I said right here, and I've been telling everybody, if you're in the East Coast Crypto Discord, link in the description below. I have said, I called this in the beginning of January that I thought that there was a January dip, and I said I thought in January we'd be hitting right around here, right? Then I said all of January is going to be weak. We might have a little up, which we did, but for the most part, because it could be weak all the way to the first week of February, we were going to see some levels being broken until we get to a stability point. Now, can this be the stability point? Maybe. Maybe not. There's not enough news, good, to really keep it at this level, but it can. This might be an emotional level. 3 weeks it is held at this support level. 3 weeks it has been at least at this level, though there's a longer history of it being at the 6,000 mark, and even longer history if you go down to about right here at the 4,000 mark. Right? But we're starting to get, after we did this, and I was talking to my girl today about this, and I said, she had brought to my attention the fact that, China is blocking people. Chinese money, China FUD was right here back in September. Since then, really, the market should not even care about Chinese money since way back here. If you think that this has anything to do, this dip has anything to do with the Chinese being a part of this equation, you're absolutely wrong. There is no way it has anything to do with that. But scared money will take that information and be like, oh my God, that's the reason why. No. The reason why I tell people that I appreciated Kevlar Sensei or Sensei Kevlar's videos is because you start to think about fundamentals when it comes to pricing. You start thinking about it a little bit, right? You start trying to get a better understanding of what traders are looking for. See, as a value investor, I only use the charts to plot my in and out movements to my trades, like to what I want to purchase for long-term purchases. So now, would I be buying my coin up here if I see that, hey, I knew there was a November dip, this purple right here, and I knew that there was all these dips that have been kind of consistent, then no, I wouldn't buy right here. Then I said, okay, in November, we're going to have this run up. If you go back into the videos, you'll see I've said this, and we had that run up, but look where we went from. We went from in November being right around the 5,800 mark to this is in November, the week of November 6th. And from the week of November 6th until the week of December 11th, November 6th to the week of December 11th, we went all the way up, really here to 19,000, almost 19,853. If you say on even keel, let's just say we evened out at 19,395 in a few weeks. That's called hyperbolic. This is a rocket ship. Like, this is a rocket ship going up. But look, it's like skip. 1 week, skip. 1 week, skip. 1 week, skip. 1 week, skip. Now, it's coming back down. This could potentially be the stopping point. It might bounce here. It might find stability here. It might bounce here. It might find stability here. I'm thinking, I said last week, I've been, even in the general room of the East Coast Crypto Discord, I've said my mark was around the 7,995. That's the level I was looking at, the next potential bounce point. It didn't bounce. It broke right through the wall. Well, guess what? This is the next potential bounce point. If it doesn't stop right here. It can stop because there's been 3 weeks where it's right around this zone anyway. So it may find it here, it may find it here, because there's a longer history of it being a resistance point. It tried to get there and it came down. It went past here and it came down. It stayed there, sat on it, and then started to go up. It came back down here, went back down here a little bit, and came back to this point. It went down here a little bit, came back down to this, it went back up to this point. So this is where the line could be for where it found a little bit of support / resistance, right? So it might come back down here. Now, it might stay here, and we might keep running up. We'll know by the end of this week, since this is the beginning of the new week. But this is the week that I said right here, not this week, which is the week of January, the end of January. This is the week that has shown historic weakness. And let us not forget, dear folks, that we are looking for a March and April dip. That is this color right here. That's this one right here. See that? The end of February. And right here, we've got a little March dippage right there. We've got, look at these, 4 weeks. Look at that. With a little green in there. So let's not forget, guys, this was March. This is the 16th. March, the week of the 23rd. Then you've got so we've got this March, April dip little thing that happens consistently. So let's not think that we can't go down a little bit further. How much time until this dip happens, and where do we bounce at? Could we see it come here? I am gobbling up right around here, and if it even goes down here, which I don't think it will, but if it does, I am gobbling up right here, because guess what? Historically, we go back up to our levels. Do we close out the end of the year back at these meteoric highs? I don't know. We really shouldn't have been there quite yet anyway. Bitcoin wasn't ready for this. Not for this soon. This scared a lot of players out of the game. People lost a lot of money right here. So people are running, and that's fine by me, because I need Bitcoin to buy other coins. Now, I told you we don't buy our crypto, we earn it. True, I want to earn it. I'm going to earn it outside of the crypto space more as I'm trying to purchase the things that I want to purchase. Okay? So the reason why I wanted to jump into this one so fast and talk about this is because there's so many people in the community sitting there saying, oh my God, this is horrible, this is horrible. And it's like, no, this is mandatory. You can't have these things without it coming down. And then you definitely can't go up from here. Again, we can't go from $5,800 something to $19,000 in a few weeks and think that's a sustainable gain. People, that's ridiculous. So no. Was I expecting this far of a dip? No, I was hoping we would bounce here. I was hoping that we would just bounce here and keep moving. I was hoping it would stay there. But I knew by the time that did this, hey, wait a minute, this is the January dip, and we're still going to have weakness until the February thing, till the first week of February. So I wasn't calling this line to be, I was a hopeful line. Then I said last week, hey, this is our next potential bounce point. It broke through that already. The beginning of this week. So now what am I going to think if we've still got the rest of this week that might have some weakness? I'm thinking, all right, well, maybe this is where we'll have our support. And if this is the case, this is where I will start pushing for allocation once we hit down here. All right. So like I said, in last week's video, you can see I didn't put these markings on here. I didn't draw my lines, but I did talk about the fact that I thought this is where we were going to go. I did not talk about this one right here. But now you can see in my chart that I am now marking my lines, where I'm thinking weekly. This is weekly consensus. I like weekly numbers. I don't like I don't like 3 days or 1 day, because that's me trying to be a day trader. I'm not trying to day trade. I'm trying to think of fundamentals of technologies that I want, and I understand Bitcoin is the way that I purchase in and out of the things that I want to purchase long term. So if I do understand that, then why am I going to get a little bit of Bitcoin here when I can get a whole lot more right here to make the purchases I need to get into other things? And with such a fire sale going on right now, this is why, like I said, the end of February, we're going to be looking at value. We're going to be starting to make our value plays. I'm going to be building my team. I already have some people I'm interested in building my team with that we're going to be hunting down the top 100, start going through, doing our due diligence on all of them, find the best ones, and then as a community start promoting and telling people, hey, this is what we found, these are the things we like, and if they're interested, they get in. If they don't, they don't. But as somebody who's managing the Toxic Hustle portfolio, my job is to make sure Toxic Hustle's portfolio looks good by the end of this year. And that should be your personal goals for your own portfolio. You know, that's what Warren Buffett does. Find companies run by good people, credible people, and they should have be able to explain to you what their business is going to do and how they're competitive in their field. So if you go into the Discord room, you sign up to the East Coast Crypto newsletter. If you sign up to East Coast Crypto newsletter from the eastcoastcrypto.com, make sure that you sign up to the newsletter, get into the private Discord so you can get access to the value investing room. In there, I have the value investors guide to the crypto galaxy right here. All right. So go up here, the value investing guide to the crypto galaxy. You go to the pinned messages. There it is right there. And get that book and start reading it so that you can potentially be part of the team. All right. So that you can start looking for value and start asking questions for yourself as to why you think something is good, rather than depending on me to tell you why something is good or bad. But I don't mind helping. I don't mind helping you start to understand that we're dealing with technologies that are going to change the current landscape. I accidentally clicked my Illustrator, so I got to shut that back down. So let's flip through the news real fast. There's a lot of red news that I personally know because I went through some of my stuff. Let's see. They're banning credit cards. Good. You should not be taking credit to purchase coinage that is in a dip. You know, that's ridiculous. You don't do that. You don't take a loan with a high APR to get something on the hope of being able to earn some revenue that it's going to go up. You don't hope something goes up. You either know or you don't. All right? So this is good. Is that bad news for me? It's great for me. Like, we have red news, bad, green news, good, gray news, don't care. Doesn't really even matter, man. So for me, this is great news because it's not good or bad. It just is. And it's about time that happened. Yes, it makes it harder for some, but you shouldn't have been using credit to do it in the first place. UNICEF is asking PC gainers to mine Ethereum and donate to Syrian children. So now they're using it for donation. So this begins the part when you see the UN is getting involved in saying, please mine something for this reason. So now you think the UN, they're going to ban something that the UN has basically used as a mandate to be able to be a servant to another community? No. And UNICEF basically saying, hey, mine it, give us the crypto. So if the UNICEF program, which is a UN, also a United Nations initiative, if they're going to do this, then it's going to get green lit, guys. So I look at this as green news, kind of greenish. Singapore Airlines to launch first blockchain loyalty app. I told you this was going to happen months ago. I said they'll be using this for loyalty programs, so you cannot tax this like a commodity, you dorks in Washington. You can't. You can't. So this is now proof positive. You can't tax this like a commodity. If already they're talking about rewards program, then you're going to have to tap every rewards program. Because every rewards program is a digital currency. And if you have to log in to their app with a username and password that is cryptography, that means it's encrypted. They don't put your password in plain English for it to be on the server. They encrypt it. So that is an encrypted protocol. You're going through HTTPS, which is a secure server. It's encrypted protocols. So basically, it is an encrypted digital currency. Do you see why I laugh at these folks trying to say that this is the new digital gold? Gold cannot be programmed, guys. Not in the way that we think about it. If you want to be technical with it, yes, you can put a programming language on. You can put programming language on DNA. But right now, nobody's programming in gold. They're programming in Java. They're programming in JavaScript. They're programming in C#. They're programming in C++. They're programming in whatever Turing complete language you want to bring up. So it can't be digital gold because you just dig in the ground for that. So, ban complete. China blocks foreign crypto exchanges to counter financial risks. No, they want to be in charge of it internally. They are creating their own economy for their own digital currency to be competitive long term. They are in a race to be everybody, Russia said it, China said it, the US said it, they're in a rush for AI dominance. Whoever, and even Putin, Vladimir Putin's already said and there's videos of this, of Putin saying whoever wins AI wins the next war. And everybody's in a race for AI. But guess what? AI cannot be on a small machine somewhere. You can't just have Intel build your AI system. It's going to need a heck of a lot more processing power than that. Do you know where you get that processing power? You get it from Bitcoin or the Bitcoin derivative that is working with AI. That's how it works. So what they're trying to do is get their own processing power, and then they'll open it back to us to try to give them money. But that money will go to the Chinese government. What the Chinese government wants, what the Chinese government's always wanted, control. They're not in a democracy. Right? So let's not get surprised at these things. And for me, don't care. For me, it's green news. Good. Get out. But we'll call it what it is, gray, even though most people think it's red. Bitcoin prices below, yes, we're expected that. Newly discovered vulnerability to all hardware ledger wallets, that could be putting some pressure on stuff. I have to read it. I saw it there. I have to read to see exactly what they're talking about and see how bad it is. But the ledgers will patch themselves in a day or so if it's not a major issue. Major cryptocurrency exchange Bittrex to add US dollar trading. That is interesting. And if you haven't signed up to Bittrex, my link will be it's actually in the book, but I'll put it in the description below, that you can get on Bittrex and start, grabbing some other coins other than the top 4 on Coinbase. Start getting into other things. Again, earn your Bitcoin so that you can be able to buy on dips. This is a dip purchase time. I always say buy low, sell high, just like everybody else in the world. Every trader talks that way. I'm not a trader. Every investor will tell you the same thing. I don't want to buy at premium. I want to buy low. And I want to be able to mark it up or have it be marked up and sell. All right? Equity markets versus crypto, blah, blah, don't care. Let's see. Posing as admins, more people getting their crypto stolen from not protecting themselves or their clients. That to me is gray because it happens way too often now. Bitcoin not giving a big enough hit as gateway drug. I'm not looking for a gateway drug. I'm looking for a purchase of other coins. And with the schnitzel, the consolidation that's happening right now, which is not surprising, this is supposed to happen. China's tightening regulations. We know that. We don't care. South Korea, blockchain can revolutionize the world. Of course it can, but you can't do it without Bitcoin. If that's what they're saying again, we want the blockchain, but we don't want Bitcoin, you don't understand what's coming. Robots will be everywhere. And if you understand that that is a already foregone conclusion, then you need everybody's help to validate transactions, whether it be proof of stake or whatever have you. Mesh networks, whatever have you. It's going to need outside influence. And if you're going to use somebody's electricity or have somebody, you running a machine to validate your transactions, you're going to have to pay them. The intranet never worked. The internet dominated because it's decentralized to a point. It should have been larger decentralization, but it wasn't. But what's coming is large-scale global decentralization. You're going to have to pay, or you're not going to be a part of the conversation. Another company who understands the business model will jump in front of you. Another country will jump in front of you. Another business will jump in front of you, and you will not be able to be technically competitive, and you will fail. And what are you going to have to do? Hop on the bandwagon you should have been on in the first place. All right. That's sponsored content, even though I am looking for a Kickstarter business, decentralized. The only problem I see with something like that is accountability. That's the biggest problem that I currently want to see. Like lending, I know there's lending platforms, but I want to find out how they can be accountable to making sure returns happen. Like maybe the company, if they trickle out capital rather than giving all the capital out to an individual, like they trickle it out, maybe I'd be interested, because at least they have to show like monthly progress reports, right? They would have to show progress reports before money gets issued to them. So I like something similar to that. Whenever we can get something like that, I wouldn't mind dealing with that, because I may take a loss, but I don't take 100%. If I know I can take 100% loss, I'm not happy with that. I'd rather know, hey, you know what? There's some checks and balances, some due diligence. I may not get my money back, but you didn't get all of the money up front, and it was able to be liquidated back into my pocket. So if I take a 20% loss, hey, sometimes you got to take a risk to get a gain. So where I am looking for a Kickstarter-like decentralized application that understands the fact that they need to be accountable to the people that are investing, not accountable to the people that want to just get quick money, because they can disappear just like they do with Kickstarter, right? So let's not go there. Ether anti-aging research. This whole transhumanism thing is getting big, and unconfirmed people want to. Potential Circle wants to buy Baloney X. I don't care. That place is a cesspool. So I'm gonna move on from the news. For me, it's red news, blah news, and we already know red news, red day. Let's look. We're at 12%. down. We're now 13% down. We're at 7,361. Not surprised. I told you I don't think that this. I think that the numbers need to go probably down to about here and bounce. This is where I'm hoping we get a bounce. If not, you know what the next levels are. Right around here are our next bounce levels, potentially. Right around there, or really right around here. It could be here, because this is resistance and support to a point. So we start stair-stepping a little shorter. The stairs start shortening out. But I believe all the way back here in July, this was the number that was comfortable in the world, and we're getting close to those numbers where people were comfortable. And then we'll go on a potential long-term sideways pattern, slow scaling back up, unless we get another panic, not really panic, of another FOMO rush to the market, which if people already got burnt and they saw this drop, people are not going to run back in, because they're going to say, well, I missed out, rather than saying, hey, I didn't lose any money unless I sold, and maybe I could be buying back in down here. Just maybe. Let's look and see what's going on here. We're starting to see a rounding out of the Bitcoin energy consumption. This is the Bitcoin energy consumption index. This is the people that are mining Bitcoin, putting their hardware, buying $1,000, $10,000, $100,000 worth of mining equipment to mine Bitcoin. And as you can see, where I can see a little bit of a curvature, so we could be going to a flattening out point. We're at 4.7, 4.7, 4.6, so we're still getting, some terawatt hours of power being used, but it's not stratospheric. And until we see a full flattening, I won't care. If it's up, up is up. More machines are coming on the network, up is up. So I'm not too concerned on whether or not Bitcoin is going to continue to have people mine it. People are going to continue to mine for it. So as we've looked in the market, these are our Nano made their change, and then they're taking a beating, just like everything else is taking a beating. Who's up for today? Xplay, which I went to the website. They don't even have a website. So I'm very shaky on what the heck this is. If you don't like, their website's been down since January, like the middle of January or something like that, according to the forum. And so, and then I don't really know much about Smart Cash to know what that is. So I don't know what these are. Tether, I just don't trust Tether at all. So I don't know if this means anything. But as you can see, 8% down and everything else is double digits. I'm kind of interested in trying to get some of this to start staking. Kind of interested in that. Now I got to look more, because I do own some Stellar. I got to look to see whether or not I actually can start earning some more on this too. Because these prices, you can see where it came down from. So pivots can definitely go back up. So we'll see. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, Toxic Hustle. Toxic Hustle has been looking at some different ways to do. We're doing some different things to earn, and one of those things we're doing is Minnow Booster. It's basically leasing out your Steam power to other people. You can go to minnowbooster.net, and there's a FA. Once you log in, or even on the main page, there'll be an FAQ section. But you can lease your Steam power to other people, and then what you can do is you can earn Steam on a daily basis, which is really cool. So it's leasing your Steam power to earn Steam. And as I told you, I'm all about the earning. I'm all about earning crypto, not buying crypto. So I may buy some more Steam to get some more Steam power, to get some more monthly Steam or daily Steam. So I'm really looking at that. I'm doing the test now. I think it's a 60-day run on the contract that I took with the one person from this one marketplace delegation I did. So I would look at that, guys. Minnowbooster.net is interesting. I didn't put all of my Steam power in because, again, I'm still testing. But Minnow Booster's been around for a while, and I saw this from another YouTuber, so it's really interesting to earn. So I was looking at Steam to see where Steam was. Like you can see in 2016 where it was, and then where the highest it had been back in June of last year, and basically where it's been currently sitting mostly down here for the most part, and then it's gone up, and it's kind of been sitting kind of flat and going down, but it's going down with the market. With Bitcoin going down, Bitcoin being the leader pulls everything else down. So we're like, well, why are all the other cryptos going down? Well, because when Bitcoin goes down, that's either people are moving it into other altcoins, or people are moving it out of cryptocurrencies in general. And you can tell that by looking at market cap. So if you go to the market cap here and you look at this, and let's just scroll this in just a little bit, you can see market cap was going up. Now market cap is trending down. So that means people are pulling their money completely out and waiting for this chaotic situation to die down before letting it flatten out. When they see it starting to flatten out, then they'll jump back in. And you can see it jumps really fast, but then the market be like, no, we're not ready for that, and they'll go back down. So we actually broke this resistance point. We broke, this right around here. We broke the support line here, and now have gone down further than this last little dip here. We haven't seen this far of a downage since, let's see, we're talking here is around 346. 346 is right around here. So let's just say here. So not since December have we been this low. And that's December 4th of 2017. So we can say now is before the major run-up of the coin price of Bitcoin. So, during the major run up of Bitcoin's coin price. So, like I said, man, guys, when you're looking at this, you're seeing the markets make these shifts. I'm looking to potentially grab some more. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it quite yet, or if I want to wait for the rest of this February dip to play out. And then we're supposed to have a little bit of a run up before the March dip. Don't know if the March dip's going to happen because we had such a hemorrhaging since this bled out so much. I don't know if we'll have the March dip, but it's been consistently there March through April. So we'll see if we still have it. We'll let the news dictate if we have the dip or not. East Coast Crypto Discord room. The link will be in the description below. Join the community. Our community is still growing. Like, we have new registrations every day. We have our own trust fund. There's of course Civitas, which is our own coin. We're getting ready to launch we're trying to work on getting an exchange in place. I already made, if you go to the Civitas room, myself and a few other people have made tutorials on how to get started staking Civitas coin. So check that out whenever you have a chance. The community as a whole is here to help. That's one thing I do appreciate about this. And plus, we're also creating our own economy. You know, a lot of things can't be said more than that. Like, if you create your own economy. So if we have our own developers that are building bots from within the community. There's people that are coding websites within the community. Our graphic designers are within the community. Our guys that we're not out here trying to just market a coin. We market within our community for our own service and products. We're self-sustaining. And in the future, Civitas will be potentially our currency to be utilized within our own community for products, services, and subscriptions. Right? So definitely join the community. See what we're doing, man. This is definitely different than a lot of places that I've been at in the crypto space. I suggest you join. Toxic Hustle, our subscriber rate, as we've already talked about, in February 20th, anybody with under 1,000 subscribers is going to get demonetized. And at this point, we don't care anymore. Screw you, YouTube. We don't care. We're going to do new things. We're going to grow. This is a perfect time for us to start coming up with ways to earn for our crypto. Not just earn crypto, but earn for our crypto. So you'll start noticing changes happening more so when I finish doing my research projects and a couple clients I'm working on now. I'm actually working on some clients for Toxic Hustle and construction space. So I'm working on a few projects, but earning outside of crypto is going to be what we're doing at Toxic Hustle and what you should be doing for your own business. You are self-employed. You don't work for anybody. Even if you have a job, you're self-employed. At any given time, your job can let you go. And at any time you want, you can put in your notice and you can leave. That makes you self-employed. Right? And as automation rears its head into every industry, then more and more jobs are going to disappear. You're going to have to start to figure out how you earn your own capital, not just to live, but then how to invest it in technologies that are going to be able to help you weather the storm. So, one of the ways we're doing it, teespring.com. Earn on your, I'm a designer, I design shirts. So, one of the shirts we've been earning on is our Straight Outta Crypto t-shirt. We actually had a sale last week where somebody bought the shirt, and we're going to be making more shirts. Like I said, by I want to say March, I'm going to head back into heavy rolling out stuff. Plus, we're getting ready to go into the Amazon marketplace. So start thinking about that. I'll talk about that more maybe next week or the week after next. about get into the Amazon marketplace and start selling products. Start selling products. Earn your crypto. If you're a designer, this is a way for you as a designer to earn. If you are a musician, put your music out. I want to thank everybody for the last 28 days, all the people that have been saving my songs. My link is in the description below. Who've been gone to Spotify, and if you have a Spotify account, been listening to the music. I appreciate that. You know, I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you saving it to playlists. That helps me earn revenue for more crypto. You know, so we're not beholden to big, powerful behemoths like Google for earnings. You want to get rid of, you want to cut out the people who didn't cause problems to your infrastructure and not the people with 1 million subscribers. You want to cut out the little guy. That's fine. The little guy doesn't need you. And as these new platforms get into place, we'll cut you out. So again, one of the platforms we're looking at is who's going to be the Spotify competitor, who's going to be the YouTube competitor in the decentralized space, and how we're going to be able to earn with our content on those platforms and begin our exodus off of these other places. And once they start seeing that exodus happen, watch how they change their tune. So start thinking about, if you are a musician, start putting your music out. I'm going to leave some of these things. I'm going to be walking down this path consistently because I need you to understand that. Go to CD Baby. I do not get paid. I am not an affiliate of them. I don't get paid for telling you to go to cdbaby.com and enter as an artist and get your music online. That will get you onto Spotify, and that will start having you get some earnings. All you have to do is start listening to your own music. There's nothing wrong with you listening to your own songs. There's nothing wrong telling your friends to listen to your songs. There's nothing wrong with coming up with creative ways to put it on YouTube so that you can earn on plays of those songs. That's how you start this conversation. That's how you begin to get your earnings and do something that you love to do. We're going to have to start thinking about our passions in 2018. What are you passionate about, and start earning on your passion. If you are a producer, I suggest you go to beatstars.com. Again, I don't get any money telling you this. There's no affiliate link. Beatstars.com. Put your beats up for sale. I do this currently with Tragic.com. I tell them buy two, get one. Buy one, get two free. Why? Because I sell it for $19.99 and I want to earn more crypto. This is how you begin the dialogue of earning your crypto, not buying it. You're earning revenue elsewhere and purchasing your crypto. You're taking one digital currency, which is what our dollar is now. You can use a debit card anywhere to buy or pull it out of a machine. So you're taking one digital currency and you're just transforming it into another, and then transforming that into another. So earn your crypto, guys. That's our motto for 2018. We do not buy crypto, we earn it. Subscribe if you feel so inclined to. Subscribe to the channel. Tell a friend. Get your friends involved in understanding what's coming. Automation is coming, guys. Automation is coming. Automation is coming. Automation is coming. Every single business has a way to automate its processes. I should know. I write robots. I've been writing them for myself for years. This is why Toxic Hustle has a limited staff. And if you read some of the articles, one of the articles that I have on Toxic Hustle talks about the fact that Toxic Hustle is going to have an autonomous organization. Decentralized autonomous organization. That's one of the things we're going to be working towards as the technology gets there and is easy to implement. Once it is easy to implement, then we will be on that platform. We will be using that, and we'll be earning from that. And we'll be building our businesses around that. So if you find that this information is something that you need, or something that you get, and something that you feel that you want to make sure that you're keeping your business ready for the next level, then subscribe. Click the bell so that you can be notified. And I say this every week, and I'm not going to change my tune. Start figuring out how you can earn your crypto. This should be your mantra. Bitcoin accepted here. Bitcoin is just the form of value necessary to buy other coins. You can substitute that for Ether if that's what you want to do. You can substitute that for whatever you want to substitute it for. In some regards, we'll be substituting Civitas for that in the future. But your crypto, whatever that logo is, accepted here. Start figuring out how you can earn it, or start learning enough so that you can put it on your resume. And there's a lot of jobs coming into space. If you are in human resources, if you understand crypto, then get a job with a company in the crypto space as their human resources person, because you can ask the right questions for people coming in. Start using your talents and just adding crypto to it. So if you're a developer and you can code, when you know a little bit about crypto, well, start developing programs and applications in the crypto space. You're writing artificial intelligence, start writing things that are in the crypto space. On your own time, putting that in your resume. Create a .com and start talking about your findings. You'll be surprised at who's actually watching. Make some videos. Do something to get more exposure. Put it on your LinkedIn. Write an article. Put it on LinkedIn. Start getting your visibility. This needs to be what you think about in 2018 if you want to stay relevant, because the crypto space, the blockchain space is not going anywhere. And more companies are looking for ways to implement it into their business models. So be an integral part of that, and you will find you'll have a job. Don't do that, and you'll be like that South Park character, and you won't have no job. So please, everyone, be serious about your growth. Start thinking about how you're going to change your businesses to be able to stay relevant in the next 3 to 5 years. All right, the next 2 years are paramount. There's a lot coming in the next 2 years. There's a lot coming in the next 10 years after that. So 2020 and 2030, big situations happen as far as digital identification